5x, therefore is subtract 5x on both sides of the equation. I must do the same operation to both sides to keep my equation balanced. Likewise, the opposite, add 24, therefore is to subtract 24 from both sides of my equation. On the left-hand side, I had x squared, which was originally there. I now have the negative 5x that's come across, and I have negative 24 that's come across. And on the right-hand side of my equation, I know 5x take away 5x will cancel, and 24 take away 24 will cancel, which will leave us with 0. Now that I've got my quadratic equal to 0, as I'm solving, as I've got 3 terms, I can factorise it into what's called double brackets. As my quadratic starts x squared, therefore I know each bracket will start with a single x. My rule is I need to find 2 numbers that multiply together to give us the number term, and the same 2 numbers must still add to give us the number in front of the single letter. In this case, I want 2 numbers that multiply to give us negative 24, and the same 2 numbers must add to give us negative 5. The only way to get a negative when multiplying is to have one positive and one negative. Listing out the factors of 24, we know 1 is always a factor because 1 times 24 will give us 24. As 24 is even, we know 2 is a factor, so 2 and 12. And 3 is also a factor because 3 times 8 gives us 24. And 4 is also a factor because 4 times 6 gives us 24. Out of those pairs, only one pair will add together to give us negative 5. In this case, it's 3 and 8. Looking at our signs, in order to get negative 5, we must have plus 3 and negative 8. As we're solving, we now put each bracket equal to 0. Putting the first bracket equal to 0, here we'd have x plus 3 equals to 0. Putting my second single bracket equal to 0, here I'm going to have x minus 8 equals to 0. As I'm solving for x, I want to get x by itself. Therefore, the opposite add 3 is I need to subtract 3 from both sides. 3 take away 3 on the left will cancel to give us x. And on the right-hand side, 0 take away 3 gives us negative 3. So that's one solution. Here, I've got x minus 8 equals to 0. Again, as I want x the subject, opposite and minus 8, I want to move that to the right by doing the opposite, which is to add 8 to both sides. We know negative 8 add 8 will cancel to leave us with x. And on the right-hand side, 0 add 8 will give us 8. So therefore, my 2 solutions is x equals negative 3 and x equals positive 8.